Okay guys, so something that you have seen in the thumbnail, this is something that I have found on X and I'm sharing that right away with you. That was posted on the 28th of November, but I believe still valid. So Binance is officially listing Kaspa mid to end of January at the very latest, according to Mr. Simo Crypto. And that obviously is a link from Binance official website. They are saying that the rewards will be distributed within 14 working days after the end of the promotion period. Users will be able to log in and see the rewards in the founding wallet. So guys, they are not saying exactly when they are going to list Kaspa, but I believe that this person kind of figured it out based on I'm not sure what, but I believe that could definitely happen. Now, everybody is looking at this and probably are wondering what is going on. Kaspa is basically dipping, everything else is pretty much dipping. But you know, we are going to look into the charts and we are going to try to determine whether we should be worried or not. And of course, that's only daily, because on a weekly, guys, things are looking good after, you know, so many pumps. I believe this is quite normal. So guys, let's go back to the chart, and firstly, let's actually cover Kaspa's chart, and let's actually start with these moon phases, right? So guys, we had a bearish moon in here, and we have obviously dipped a little bit. Now we have a bull moon, right, on a weekly at least, and on a daily, basically it still doesn't really occur, right? But we could expect potentially some further pumps for Kaspa. Let me get out of this. And now guys, you probably remember I was mentioning that Kaspa could potentially grab you know, further liquidity from the downside, and if Kaspa is going to, let's say, retest levels of 16 cents 7, perhaps even very quick to 16 cents 3, that will still perfectly, you know, maintain this bullish structure of higher highs and higher lows, which I believe is no reason to be worried about. But we are going to look at the liquidity heat map very soon, and we are going to determine whether, you know, it's kind of worth anticipating this dip towards these levels that I've just mentioned about. I would like to remind to everybody that weekly time frame for Kaspa is still looking bullish. Well, apart from this stochastic RSI trading on, you know, these overheated levels, I believe that could be a quick wick, as I just mentioned, right, towards the downside. Nobody really knows how deep. Obviously, the overall market is currently dumping, but nothing to be worried about longer term, I believe, because MACD is still bullish, right? We got basically the second block, however you want to call it, that's basically going into the bullish momentum on a longer time frame. So that's definitely great. Let me get out of this. And now guys, BTC's dominance, right? This is the chart that we have to monitor very closely. So we see that Bitcoin's dominance is doing whoopsie doopsie on us currently, and that's the reason why obviously altcoins going towards the downside. Also, USDT dominance is going towards the upside as well, but we are going to get into that very soon. Let's switch to the daily. So guys, hopefully BTC dominance is going to find resistance at 15.6.4 level and then get rejected, right? Well, let's see. Stochastic RSI is going towards the upside, and if it comes to MACD, that looks like this bearish trend for BTC dominance is going towards the upside, which is definitely not going to be so great for our altcoins. But you know, that's fine. I believe that, you know, patience is going to be rewarded. I'm in this market for a while and I've got my patience. Now guys, USDT dominance, which is doing whoopsie doopsie on us as well. You probably remember when I was mentioning about it on a previous video that this can spike towards the upside, considering the fact that this overall pattern is a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern. So the question is USDT dominance going to find resistance in here and here and then get rejected? Well, let's see guys, let's actually zoom it into 4 hourly and let's see, right? So we've got strong momentum that's going towards the upside. People are selling their profits. However, we are still being in that range of that falling wedge, right? So technically we can escape out of it, and worst case scenario, we can go to, let's say, levels of 4.34, which hopefully isn't going to happen because my portfolio is going to cry. But nonetheless, these are just going to be unrealized losses in my particular case. So guys, I'm pretty sure that many people now are selling because they are seeing, you know, a little bit of red, but I don't think that this is reason to be worried, right? Because when I'm going to zoom this thing out, what I believe is going to happen, right, as I was mentioning in the previous videos, is that we are going to go towards the upside slowly, right? We are probably going to retest, you know, some of these key levels of a resistance, either this one or that one, and then proper dump towards these levels of 3.14. And this is probably the time when I will start taking some profits, and probably I will get out of the market at 2.60 if it comes to that dominance, USDT dominance. So guys, looking at Ethereum very quickly, you probably think, why am I showing you Ethereum? Obviously Ethereum has to, has its proper pump towards the upside so altcoins can properly run. Okay, so good thing is that Ethereum basically closed above, well, on a daily, not necessarily on a weekly, but on a daily closed above this level of a resistance, right? However, now the price is falling towards the downside. Okay, so probably we are basically flashing these leverages, right? People that purchased late and people that basically longed Ethereum 50x probably. And now guys, let's have a look at Ethereum's dominance, which obviously is a very important chart as well. So dominance basically went from levels of 12% towards 13.3, and I do believe that now Ethereum's dominance is going to be on upward trajectory until this chart, which is other dominance, is going to spike, right? As you can see clearly, this dominance is basically getting rejected from this level of 12.37%, which I mentioned about in yesterday's video. The question is how low we are going to dip. Guys, now let's have a look at a couple of things that I have found for you, right? Because we've got another piece of, well, I believe bullish news is that Google trends for Kaspa is literally skyrocketing and the world is waking up to the soundest form of money ever. That was uploaded by Mr. Crypto Freestyle. Big shout out. And yes, guys, people are going to search for Kaspa as time goes by. Mr. Max is pointing this out. Ethereum is facing its third rejection near the $4,000 level. Also, there is a possible inverse head and shoulders pattern formation. This dip will be your last chance to buy Ethereum below $4,000. Guys, this definitely is in cards in my opinion, right? Because if we are going to dip on Ethereum right now and Bitcoin is going to dip a little bit, I believe we can see some further pain, okay? But this is something that you should probably be thinking about selling if it comes to profits, a little bit earlier. Now I believe well, it's a little bit too late, okay, because market can pump, right? Nobody really knows how deep this pullback is going to be. And now guys, from the perspective of upside, this is how much we've got in terms of potential for altcoins, okay? So I believe that selling this pain now, which you should be probably buying and picking up, is definitely not the great idea because, we've got so much of upside potential. Another thing is that Mr. Sensei pointed out is that last cycle we just saw 88 days of alt season. So basically we're trading for 88 days in this range. So guys, this is the first wave that we made on a monthly time frame for altcoin season index, and many people basically on X thinking that we are going to see a couple of months. So let's say February, probably March, we could expect some significant pullback for altcoins, and then Bitcoin is going to probably do its proper wave. Let's see, right? It's a little bit too early to say. Now looking at Kaspa dashboard, we still are trading, well, Kaspa is still trading if it comes to market cap at 4.5 billion USD, which definitely is a good thing. And now another good thing is that Kaspa reclaimed number 36 in terms of the ranking, and the volume is sitting at almost 300 million USD. Looking at mined percentage, we are sitting at a little bit over 88% of mined Kaspa. Now guys, looking at overall market, we are still sitting at greed, okay? So that could pull the market, let's say, to neutral area. Definitely not out of the question, because again, I'm not saying that I know where this market is going to pull back, because nobody really knows. So it's always a great idea to actually have some capital, ready to be deployed into these red days. I believe it's definitely not a bad idea. Now guys, looking at liquidity, first of all, let's have a look at liquidity for BTC. This is weekly, okay? So what I believe is going to happen for BTC, okay, on a weekly, is that we could go towards these levels, right? Again, 98, perhaps even here 96, right? Nobody is saying that this is impossible, right? Even in a bull cycle. All right, let me actually go to 12 hourly to see a little bit of a short time frame. So you see guys that we've got some liquidity in these levels. I wouldn't be surprised if BTC is going to do a quick wick towards $97,627 to be exact, and then probably move towards the upside. So again guys, let's go to weekly heat map for BTC, and based on this, I could assume that this pullback is going to last for a couple of days, and then Bitcoin is going to do another wave towards the upside and probably retest its previous all-time highs to at least collect this liquidity at 104,546. So in this case, where is this going to push our beloved Kaspa towards to, right? Guys, obviously that dominance is, dropping at the moment, right? But looking at the weekly time frame, we still see that we have a lot of way to go. go. Okay, so firstly, we are going to have to wait for this dominance to actually, be at, let's say, 19-20% and retest its previous highs if it comes to dominance, let's say February, March, and then you probably should reevaluate, your position if it comes to Kaspa and perhaps offload some profits. I would highly suggest, although it's not financial advice. Please remember, nothing in these videos is financial advice. Now guys, looking at total 3, which is obviously a very important chart, right? So last time guys, we basically had a little bit of a pullback after we smashed these previous all-time highs if it comes to altcoins. This is everything excluding BTC and Ethereum. At the moment, we are experiencing that little pullback at that resistance. Okay, so once we are going to break outside of it on a weekly, I believe we are going to see proper parabolic run, and we could probably expect some quick pullback. I would say that we still have fuel in the tank for Kaspa and most of the altcoins. Okay, now guys, let's have a look at Kaspa's situation if it comes to liquidity, and let's determine whether we should expect some pullbacks or push towards the upside for Kaspa. Now guys, more people are actually shorting Kaspa, which is definitely a good thing, right? Because Kaspa already dipped properly, and now people are 10x leveraging their Kaspa's position, and they are betting that the price of Kaspa is going to go lower, right? So we've got almost 1 million USD versus 415,000, okay, on a daily, at least on Binance. Now let's have a look at the situation on all of the exchanges for Kaspa. So on all of the exchanges, everybody is basically longing Kaspa still. Okay, that's fine. Let's change it to the daily. So you see what's going on the daily, guys, right? We potentially could see bounce towards the upside for Kaspa, but let's confirm it with the heat map. So let me put weekly, maybe firstly. Let's have a look where the liquidity is. So let's go to 12 hourly, and we can clearly see what's going on. If the price of Kaspa is going to go towards 18 cents, these leverages are going to be flushed. And we have to remember how market most of the times is going towards liquidity, right? Basically, market is just collecting, that money in waves. So this is something that I'm expecting, let's say in the next day, 12 hours, obviously, according to this chart, heat map, however you want to call it, or day, right? So let's have a look at the chart and measure 18 cents 8. So 18 cents 8 is going to put us roughly in this level, which is going to be a little bit of a pump of, let's say, 5.3%, right? And that is also going to roughly coincide with this level of a support. So potentially Kaspa is finding support at the moment. Got confirmations in here, got a couple of confirmations in here. Obviously they are not perfect, but that's definitely more than enough for Kaspa to be supported at these levels, considering that many people are shorting Kaspa at the moment, right? So guys, let's see what's going to happen in the next 24 hours, but what I'm seeing is a little bit of a bounce. Okay, I hope that you have guys enjoyed this quick Kaspa's update and overall market, and as always, peace and love crypto.